Hello, welcome you all to the next video lecture of this fourth unit, that is EM wave characteristics. So in the last earlier lectures we have seen very important concept like derivation of the wave equations, that is calculation of electric field, derivation of electric field and magnetic for various mediums. After that we have done some problems, and after that we have seen some of the we have seen the concept of Poynting theorem or Poynting vector, and we have done some problems. After that, let us move to the important concept where we are having reflection of a plane wave at normal incidence. Okay, reflection of plane waves at normal incidence. So this is also one of the important concept. So here in the earlier classes we have seen that the wave is going to travel. We have calculated the wave equation for different medium. Now we are going to see, suppose the wave is in one medium, and suppose if the wave is traveling from one medium to another medium, what it is going to happen? Either it is, that is, if the wave is incident on one medium, that is from one medium to another medium. So what the wave is going to, how the wave is going to behave, whether it is going to transmit into the next medium, that is medium 2, or reflected into the medium 1 itself, that is reflected, or what is going to happen. So depending upon changing the types of the conditions, we are going to see how the wave is going to behave, how we are going to get the wave pattern. Let us see. So now suppose a plane wave is propagating in the positive z direction. So now always we have considered our analysis that a plane wave propagating in positive z direction. So always that is from the starting unit of these sessions, we have considered that the wave is propagating in the positive z direction, and that the wave is propagating in positive z direction, we have to take e power minus gamma z. If the wave is propagating in negative z direction, we have to take e power plus gamma z. We know that concept. Okay. So now suppose the plane wave is propagating in the positive z direction, is incident normally, that is at the boundary interface. So that is at z is equal to 0. So if you are taking z is equal to 0, so what is going to happen? Okay, now the wave, that is medium 1. So now here we are going to consider two mediums, that is medium 1 is characterized by z less than 0, and medium 2, here we are going to take z greater than 0. Okay, here we are going to consider two mediums, that is medium 1 and medium 2, and the medium 1 is having all the three parameters, as we have classified our waves depending upon three parameters, that is sigma, epsilon and mu. So here also we are going to classify this medium as sigma 1, mu 1 and epsilon 1. Okay, similarly here we are going to classify these as sigma 2, mu 2 and epsilon 2. So this is the medium, these are the two mediums. We are going to assume that a plane wave is propagating in a positive z direction, that is incident at z is equal to 0 interface. Okay, so here we are going to consider two mediums, that is, and for this medium we are going to consider three types of waves. One is incident wave. Here we are going to represent with small I here, that is, if we are representing EI means incident electric field, HI means incident electric field, like that. Okay, similarly reflected wave with small r, and transmitted. So that is T. So here we are going to represent it small I, small r and small t respectively here. Now let us see the plane wave. If they are going to have the plane wave incident at the normal interface, what is going to happen? Let us see. Okay, let us draw the diagram here. I am going to draw, you please pay your attention here, that is like this. Now here I am going to take the z axis, that is the wave is propagating in the positive z axis, and this is the x direction, and the y direction is into your camera set. Okay, it is perpendicular to this one. Okay, like this. Okay, now that is y is equal to this is z is equal to 0 interface. Okay, so this is y axis and this is perpendicular to us. Now here we are going to have two electric field and magnetic field like this. So dot, and similarly the reflected field will be like this. Why we are going to take cross mark here? So here is dot, and so here you can see this is, let us take this as the AE is the direction here, electric field, and HI is the, sorry, AE not AE, okay, and this is the EI, incident electric field and magnetic field. So in here the incident electric field is coming out, and here the magnetic field reflected, here reflected, and this is the reflected field here. You can see, so this is AK, and this is HR, okay, sorry, HR it is. So now you can see the electric field and magnetic field. So this is also AK. AK is the, so we know that AE, AH and AK. AE is the direction of electric field, that is the direction of AE electric field, and AH is the direction of magnetic field. Sorry, this is electric field and magnetic field, and AK is the direction of the wave propagation. So here the wave propagation is along positive Z axis. Okay, we have considered our the wave is having. So now this is the medium one. I will erase this one. So for this diagram, I am going to consider this is the medium one, and this is medium 2. So in medium 2, so here we are having sigma 1, epsilon 1 and mu 1, and similarly here we are having sigma 2, mu 2 and epsilon 2 are the constants related to this one. And now I am going to consider that in this, here we are having only the transmitted field. Okay, so this is the magnetic field, and this is HT, and this is ET, and this is the direction of the propagating direction. Okay, so now you can see this diagram. So this is the diagram, complete picture here, figure. Now in this diagram you can see that here we are having two fields. One is incident fields, that is electric and magnetic, and incident wave and reflected wave and transmitted wave. Okay, at Z is equal to 0 interface, that is our y axis is along this board, perpendicular to this board. Now let us see this incident, reflected and transmitted wave separately here. Now all of you remember that we are going to have incident, reflected and transmitted. Incident wave, reflected wave is in medium 1. In transmitted wave is only in the medium 2 here. Okay, now let us move further the derivation of this reflection of plane wave normal incident. Now I am going to talk about incident wave. Let us derive that is sequentially one by one. Incident wave. As you can see that the incident wave is in the positive, that is positive, that is, let us see this incident wave, incident field we are having. Incident wave is having electric field EI and HI, that is electric field EI and HI. So this EI and HI are the electric field in the positive, that is they are propagating in the positive AZ in medium 1 here. Okay, as we have seen the diagram, just I am writing the same data here. So now if we suppress, now if we are going to suppress time factor, so if we are going to suppress time factor e power j omega t for this electric field and magnetic field, we are going to have ES and HS. So that is, we know that we have seen Maxwell's equation, sinusoidal or time varying Maxwell's equation. In that, if we are going to insert this e power j omega t, those equations we have written in terms of ES, HS and so on. Okay, I hope you remember that one. Now similarly we are doing the same thing here. Now I am going to write the that is electric field, incident electric field propagating in the positive Z direction, that is incident. So it will be EI, that is the magnitude of this one, e power minus gamma 1 Z into AX. Okay, so this is in positive AX. So let us consider that this is equation 1. Okay, similarly the wave in the that is HIS is the magnetic field in the positive Z direction. We know that HI of 0 is the magnitude, and it is also in the medium 1 only. So that is e power minus gamma 1 Z e power minus gamma 1 z, and this is in, so this that is magnetic field is in the ay direction, so we have to write ay. So we can write this hi naught in terms of E, that is ei naught by ei is ei naught r, that is incident electric field to the intrinsic impedance in the free. Now here intrinsic impedance of medium 1 we have to write eta 1 into e power minus gamma 1 z into ay. Let us consider this as equation number 2 here. Now so we have got two equations for the incident wave. Similarly, let us take for the reflected wave. So we know that incident wave and reflected wave are in which medium? Medium 1 only. Okay. So we know that incident wave and reflected wave are in the medium 1 only. Only we have the transmitted wave in the medium 2. Now I can write the electric field and magnetic field as ER, HR as the incident reflected electric field, reflected magnetic field here. Okay. Now as we know that these are traveling in the positive z axis, z direction. Now we are going to say that these reflected fields are in the minus az direction, that is negative z direction it is traveling, because incident wave and reflected wave are always opposite to each other. Okay, opposite direction. So now I can write here for this equation as I have written EIS, I had written ERS of z, next ER of 0, and the wave is propagating in the negative z direction. I have to write e power plus gamma 1 z into ax. So this field direction is not going to change, but only the magnetic field is going to change. Let us take this as equation number 3. Okay, let us consider this as equation number 3. Similarly, now HRS. Now I am going to take HRS, the magnetic field. Now HI of 0, and the wave is propagating in the negative axis, negative z direction, gamma 1 z. But the magnetic field what we have taken in the diagram 1, that is we have taken like this. We have taken cross mark, that is the wave is entering inside, that is positive y axis. So that's why we have to take minus ay. Hope you understood. That is very important to understand the direction. So if you are unable to understand the directions of electric field and magnetic field, it is highly difficult to understand this concept here. Okay. Now we have, as the diagram we have seen the electric field and magnetic. This is a HR, and we have taken like this another diagram, that is dot. So dot means which is coming out, and cross means which is entering. Okay. So dot means the field is the positive y direction, and here it is minus y direction. Okay. Now I can write this sorry, HR naught. Okay. I can write this one into the ER naught by eta 1 only. Okay. Why? Because it is in medium 1 only, and ER of naught e power plus gamma 1 z into minus liability here into ay. So let us consider this as equation number 4. So we have got incident wave and reflected wave. Okay. So now he can see that so here it is going to satisfy the boundary condition, that is as we have assumed that that is the polarization. So you can see the polarization of electric field and magnetic, they are going to satisfy at the boundary interface. Okay. Now we will take the transmitted wave similarly. Okay, as we have taken incident and reflected. Now all of you can easily say that the transmitted wave is in which medium? It is in the medium 2. Okay, hope you understood. So as we have taken in the first diagram, diagram A, as I have erased the diagram. So the transmitted wave is in the, now let us talk about transmitted wave. Transmitted wave. Now transmitted wave fields we are going to represent with ET and HT. Now I am going to represent that electric field and magnetic field with ET and HT here. Now the wave is propagating along positive z direction only. So as the wave is which is traveling in the forward direction, we have to consider this is traveling in the positive az direction, that is positive z direction. So now the wave is in which medium? It is in medium 2. Okay. So here it is in medium 2. So this is in medium 2. Now here I have to write the fields as ETS. and E T naught, and the wave is propagating in positive z direction, we have to take e power minus gamma 2z. Okay, why? Because the wave is propagating in the positive, that is medium 2 into ax. Let us take this as equation number 5, continuation of those equations. And then similarly I can write the HTS as HT naught e power minus gamma 2z ax, that is ay. So this is in the positive only. Now I can write this equation in terms of ET naught by, now this eta will become eta 2. Why? Because it is in medium 2, e power minus gamma 2 z ay. So let us consider as this as equation number 6. Now we have got the electric field and magnetic field in the both medium 1, and that is for incident, reflected and transmitted wave respectively. Now here all the equations what we are considering, EI naught, HI naught, or ER naught and so on, what we have considered, these are the magnitudes, or we can say the magnitudes of incident, reflected and transmitted waves respectively. That is EI of 0, HI of 0, ER of 0, ER naught, HR naught, ET naught, EI naught. All these are all the incident, reflected and transmitted wave, electric field and magnetic fields respectively. Now from the figure diagram what we have taken, that is electric field and magnetic field in medium 1 and medium 2. So as we know that in medium 1 we are having some electric fields, and medium 2 we are having some electric fields. Now let us consider the total electric field is in this E1 and H1 here, and here the electric field is E2 and H2. So here we are having incident and reflected electric field and magnetic field, but here we are having only transmitted electric field as we have taken the diagram. So now I can write the total electric field in the medium 1 as, here we are having two electric fields, that is incident electric field EI plus ER, and similarly in medium, that is in medium 1 we have taken, in medium 2 we have taken. Similarly I have taken magnetic field as a total magnetic field in the medium 1 as HI plus HR. Similarly I can write for the medium 2 as electric field as E2. Let us take E2 as ET only. Why? Because we don't have any term, that is only we have transmitted wave only, transmitted electric field. Similarly H2 as HT. So now we have got total electric field in the medium 1 and total electric field in the medium 2. Now at the interface Z is equal to 0, that is at Z is equal to 0 what we have taken, Z is equal to 0 interface. So we are going to say that the boundary condition requires that tangential component of electric field and magnetic field must be continuous. As we know that we have seen the boundary conditions at Z is equal to 0 interface, we are going to say that the tangential component, that is ET and HT must be continuous at the boundary interface. Okay, now we are going to say that, so the waves, as we know that the waves are purely transverse or perpendicular to the interface, that's why we are going to say that is the electric field and magnetic field are tangential at the boundary interface, that is Z is equal to 0. So that is the tangential component of E is continuous at the boundary interface, and the tangential component of magnetic field HT is also continuous at the boundary interface. Now we can say that at Z is equal to 0, we can say that E1 tangential component of electric field in the at Z that is equivalent to E2 tan, and similarly we can say that H1 tan, that is tangential component of the medium 1 is equivalent to tangential component of the medium 2. So that is what we have seen in the boundary conditions. Now we will write at we will use the 1 to 6 equations what we have derived. So by using those equations we are going to write the equation at Z is equal to 0, that is we know that we have written EI naught plus ER naught, that is this is Z, E of Z, that is at Z is equal to 0 is equal to ET naught, that is ET naught, ET of 0. Similarly HI 0 or HR 0 is equal to ET of 0, sorry, HT of 0. So because at Z is equal to 0, now I can write here as magnitudes of this one. So the magnitudes of this one is EI naught plus ER naught, that ET naught, okay. And similarly for this one I can write here as HI naught, that is, if you see the equation, the reflected field is in the negative direction, that's why I can write here, I can write this equation in terms of E, that is EI naught by eta 1, that is incident electric field, and similarly minus I will write for the reflected wave. Why? Because we are having the AY direction as minus, that's why we are having minus here. ER naught by eta 1 is equal to H, that is ET naught, okay. So this is so ET naught, so this is in medium 2, that's why I had to write eta 2 here, okay. Now I can write here as 1 by eta 1 common here, EI of 0, ER of 0, that is equal to ET of 0 by eta 2. So now this ET of 0 is in the medium 2, that's why we are going to have eta 2, that is intrinsic impedance of the medium 2 here. Now as we have got the equation, now let us get the equation for reflection coefficient. Now I will take this eta 2 to this side. I can write here as eta 2 by eta 1 as EI naught minus ER naught, that is equal to ET naught. So I have got this equation, that is here ET naught I can substitute here in place of this ET naught, I can remove and I can write this one here like this. So let us take this as equation number 7. So the whatever the equation I have taken for transmitted wave, that is equation 7. I think I have not written that equation 6 there. So you please try to write that equation, and let us take this as equation number 7 and this as equation number 8 here, okay. Now I am going to take these two equations. Now from these two equations I can write here, that is ET of 0 I can write in place of that one I can write this one, okay. So that is eta 2 by eta 1, EI of 0, ER of 0, that is equal to, I am just removing this ET of naught, okay, EI naught plus ER naught. Now I will erase this one, okay. Let us see what happens. So I will take the cross multiplication. I want to get that is incident to the reflected field here, that is eta 2 of EI 0 into eta 2 ER 0, that is equal to eta 1 EI 0 plus eta 1 ER 0. So now I can write this equation, that is I will take this to the right hand side, that is let us take this one to the right hand side, that is eta 2 minus eta 1 into EI 0, that is equal to, like, this is right hand side, that is eta 2 plus eta 1 into ER 0. Now we will take the ratio here, ER 0 to EI 0, ER 0 to EI 0 is equivalent to that is eta 2 minus eta 1, eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1. So this is one of the important equation. So this, let us this as equation number 9. We are going to now call this equation as reflection coefficient, that is gamma, okay. I am going to represent this like this, gamma is equal to ER 0 by EI 0. So it is, let us take this as equation number 9 here. Now similarly let us derive the transmission coefficient here. As we have got the equation here, as we know that the equation EI 0 plus ER 0 is equal to ET 0, Now we have got, we want to get the equation for, we have to remove this ER0. Okay, we have got ER0 here. ER0 is nothing but from this equation I can write here as ER0 is equal to eta 2 minus eta 1 into EI0 by eta 2 plus eta 1. Now in place of ER0 from this equation 7, I can substitute this here. Okay, that is I can write here as EI0 plus eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1 into EI0, that is equal to ET0. Now this equation is free of reflection magnetic field. Now I will erase this one. Let us get the equation. So remember this is very important equation, that is gamma here. I will write once again that equation. Gamma is, now I will modify this equation. Let us calculate this equation. EI0 that is EI0 that is eta 2 plus eta 1 into eta 2 minus eta 1 into EI0, that is equal to ET0 into eta 2 plus eta 1. Okay, now I will add this solve this one. EI0 into eta 2 plus eta 1 into EI0 plus eta 2 into EI0 minus eta 1 into EI0, that is equal to ET0 ET of 0 into eta 2 plus eta 1. Now I can cancel this one here, minus. Okay, I can write here as EI0, that is 2 into eta 2, that is equal to ET of 0 into eta 2 plus eta 1. Okay, now I will take the ratio here. As we have defined gamma as the reflection coefficient, now we are going to define one another concept here, that is transmission coefficient. ET of 0 will become, now here ET of 0 will become 2 into eta 2 by eta 2 plus eta 1 into EI of 0. So similarly I can take this into the denominator. I can write here as ET of 0 by EI of 0, that is equal to 2 into eta 2 by eta 2 plus eta 1. So now let us take this as consider as equation number 10. So now we have defined another concept here, that is parameter here called tau, transmission coefficient as tau here. Okay, now we will rewrite this equation, reflection coefficient gamma and transmission coefficient once again. We will recall these two equations once again. Transmission coefficient, reflection coefficient is defined as the ratio of magnitude of incident electric field to the that is the reflected electric field to the incident electric field, that is gamma is equal to I will write here gamma is equal to ER0 by EI0, that is equal to we have got eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1. Similarly we have got transmission coefficient as ET of 0 by EI of 0, that is equal to 2 into eta 2 by eta 2 plus eta 1. Okay, these are the very important equations, and we can write these many equations as in terms of that is ER0 is equal to gamma into EI0, and similarly this as like this. Okay, ET of 0 is equal to gamma into EI of 0. Okay, so these are the two important equations which we are going to have, that is reflection coefficient gamma and transmission coefficient tau. Okay, now let us see some important points. Note important points for gamma and transmission coefficient tau here. Now I will write the important parameters, that is I can easily say that from these two equations 1 plus, that is first point, 1 plus gamma is equal to tau. We can easily verify. Okay, take the value of tau here, this is tau, that is tau is equal to what actually, eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1. If I add 1 on both sides, I can write here as tau plus 1 is equal to eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1 plus 1. That is I can write eta 2 minus eta 1 plus eta 2 plus eta 1, that is equal to this one will get cancelled, eta 2 plus eta 1, that is 2 eta 2 by eta 2 plus eta 1. Okay, hope you understood. Okay, so that is we have got tau, this one, actually this is tau, that is this one. Okay, similarly I can write here, that is second point. Note, we are going to note the points what we have derived till now. Both, that is both tau and gamma are dimensionless. I will erase this one. Here both tau and gamma are dimensionless. Tau and gamma are dimensionless. And may be complex. Very important one. May be complex. Similarly, the range of tau gamma is 0 less than or equal to gamma less than or equal to 1. We can verify that one. So that is mod gamma, actually this is modulus of gamma. Okay, the mod gamma of is always less than or equal to 0 less than, always it will be lying 0 less than 1 less than 0 and 1, in between 0 and 1. Okay, now depending upon this gamma and tau beta, let us consider some special cases. Okay, so now let us consider some special cases. As we have considered medium 1 and medium 2, we have not considered whether medium 1 is free space or conductor or dielectric. Now we will consider, by taking the values of sigma, we can consider what is medium 1 and medium 2. We are going to give some names to the medium 1 and medium 2 depending upon the value of sigma. So let us see what the equations are, what the change in the equations are going to occur. Let us see that one. Okay, now special cases for the medium 1 and medium 2, and let us see what happens to the equations. That is let us consider special cases. That is medium 1 is, now we are considering medium 1 is perfect to dielectric. So medium 1 is, we are going to consider perfect, that is lossless dielectrics. We can say lossless dielectrics, that is sigma 1 is equal to 0 now here. Okay, similarly medium 2 here is, we are considering medium 1, and medium 2 is conductor, perfect conductor here. Okay, that is sigma 2 is approximately equal to infinity. Now what happens? So for this case, that is here eta 2 is equal to 0. Why? Because we know that eta is equal to that is j omega mu by sigma plus j omega epsilon. Okay, as we have seen that this is eta 2, we can say that beta 2 is equal to 0. As sigma 2 tends to infinity, that is if we substitute 1 by infinity, it will become, eta 2 will become 0. Now we will define the gamma value here. Gamma is equal to eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1. Okay, now if I substitute gamma 2 equal to 0 in this equation, I can write here as minus gamma 1 by plus gamma 1, that is equal to 1. Okay, that is minus 1. Okay, so gamma we have got as minus 1. And similarly, what happens to the tau here? Tau is equal to, that is we can say that gamma is equal to ER naught by EI naught, that is equal to minus 1. I can write here as ER naught is equal to minus EI naught. We can say that incident field is exactly opposite to the reflected field, that is both are in opposite, that is opposite means their total wave is reflected back, we can say. Okay, so now we can prove this one for transmitted wave also, that is tau is equal to what? 2 into eta 2 by eta 2 plus eta 1, that is equal to, eta 2 is 0 means tau is 0 here. Tau 0 means we know that Et of 0 by Ei of 0, that is equal to 0 means transmitted wave is 0 here. Okay, there is no transmission of electric field in the medium 2. Okay, there is no. So for the case, now for what I have taken, I have taken a special case. That special case is here is medium 1 is lossless dielectric, medium 2 is a good conductor. For that case, I have got that we are going to say that there is the whatever the incident wave is, we are going to incident, the total wave is reflected back. Okay, that is there is no transmission wave in the medium 2. Okay, why? Because as we know that conductor is inside a conductor, the electric field is 0. Hope you remember, all of you remember that inside a good conductor there is no electrostatic field, or that is the electric field inside a good conductor is always 0. That is, we have taken inside electric field E is equal to 0, V potential V is equal to 0, and rho V charge density, rho V is also 0. These three parameters are going to be 0 in the inside a electric field, that is conductor. Okay, now here we are going to say that whatever the whatever the wave is incident, the total wave is reflected back. Okay, so here these type of waves are considered to be a standing wave. So standing wave does not travel, but it only reflects, that is, it only stands. Okay, so we are going to see the diagram. Okay, standing wave stands, does not travel. It consists of, so a standing wave consists of both electric field and, that is, incident electric field and reflected electric field. Okay, so we don't have any transmitted field or transmitted wave here. Why? Because so they are going to occur in medium 1 only. Okay, that is, the standing wave is going to occur in medium 1 only. It is not going to occur in medium 2. Why? Because in medium 2 we have the transmitted wave. Okay, now let us take the diagram. Let us take the equations 1 and 2 what we have considered. That is in the starting of this lecture class. Now we will move further to the important concept here. That is EIS. Okay, now let us consider the standing wave as EIS. I am considering the standing wave in the medium 1 here. So it consists of both incident electric field and reflected electric field. We have seen first and second, that is first and third equation. We are going to add those two equations, that is EI naught plus ER naught, that is ERS, EIS, IS, IS, that is, this is E1S. E1N is the electric field that is for the standing wave. Standing wave consists of both incident wave and reflected field. Okay, now I can write here as, this is EI naught e power minus gamma 1 z AX, that is, plus ER naught e power minus gamma 1 z AX. Now if I take the so here it is negative, it is in opposite direction because it is in opposite, that's why I can take minus here. I can write here as EI naught into e power, this is also x, e power minus gamma 1 z plus e power plus gamma 1 z into ax. Similarly I can write for, now we know that the reflection coefficient gamma is equal to -1, that is ER naught to EI naught is equal to, I forgot to write ER naught. Okay, is equal to -1. So I will substitute here, that is minus ER naught is equal to minus EI naught here. Okay, let us substitute here. What I get, let us see. EIS is equal to, that is, I can write here as ER naught is equal to minus EI naught. Okay, from this equation. Okay, if I substitute that equation, what happens here? EI, that is equal to EI naught e power minus gamma 1 z minus EI naught e power plus gamma 1 z into AX. So now here gamma 1 is 0 here, that is sigma 1 is 0 here. Why? Because the sigma 1 is 0 here, that is for lossless dielectric. Similarly I can write here gamma is equal to what here? Gamma 1 here I can write alpha 1 plus j beta 1. Okay, for the medium 1, that is gamma 1 is equal to j beta 1 I can write here. Okay, now I will rewrite this equation here, that is E1 of S, that is standing wave of medium 1, that is EI naught e power minus j beta 1 plus minus EI naught e power plus gamma 1 plus j beta 1 z, okay, into AX. Now if I take the magnitude here, that is common part here, I will take EI naught outside here. I can write E1S is equal to E1s is equal to ei naught common here, that is e power minus j beta 1 plus minus e power minus j beta 1, it will be giving to e power cos theta minus j sin theta cos theta plus j sin theta, it will be giving to the value minus 2j beta 1 sin beta 1 z into ax. So we can do this calculation easily, that is e power ax is cos theta, e power cos theta is e power j theta is cos theta plus j sin theta, e power minus j theta is cos theta minus j sin theta. By doing this calculation I can get here it is giving to the imaginary part here minus 2j this one. Okay, let us take this as equation number 5. Okay, some 15 or 16 has taken this. I think to this equation what I have considered E1 of s, let us take this as equation number 15 and this as equation number 16 what I have taken, we have considered in the earlier sessions. Now I will take the real part of this one, E1 on that is S is equal to E1 is equal to, that is the total electric field of the medium one as real part of the EAS, that is EAS into e power j omega t, that is EAS what we have got here, that is EAS we have got this one, and into e power j omega t we have to write into e power j omega t means cos theta plus j sin theta, that is I will write here the real part will become what it becomes minus 2j ei naught beta 1 sin beta 1 z into e power j omega t means cos omega t plus j sin omega t. So this part will become here, that is minus j will become j square minus 1 minus plus. Okay, so it will be, so this is the imaginary part and this is the real part here. I can read the real part as E1 I can write the real part of this one as E1 is equal to that is 2 ei naught beta 1 sin beta 1 z sin omega t will be the into ax. Actually I forgot to write ax here. Okay, ax here. Okay, into ax into ax. So this is the equation what we are going to get. Now I will do the same calculation for the magnetic field here, that is for magnetic field similar steps are to be followed, that is h1 of s is equal to, I can write here as his plus hr s. Similarly I can write here as hi of 0 e power minus gamma z ay, so because it is in negative y direction, minus hr of 0 e power gamma 1 z ay. Okay, so that is what here we will get here. Okay, if I write this equation in terms of electric field, we can write, so we have to write the same equation h1 by using the same steps here. So let us see what it becomes. Okay, I can write this equation in terms of that is ei0 by eta 1 into e power minus gamma 1 z here minus hr0 into er0 by eta 1 e power gamma z into I will write into ay here. Next, similarly here gamma is equal to minus 1, that is er0 is equal to minus ei0, that is equal to alpha 1 is 0 here, that is gamma 1 is equal to j beta 1, that is alpha is gamma 1 is equal to alpha 1 plus j beta 1 actually. So here alpha 1 is 0 here. Now after substituting this condition, this equation will change to like this. Okay, this HIS is becoming like this. Okay, HIS is equal to 1 by eta 1 common we will get here, and also that is ei of 0 e power minus gamma 1 z is equal to minus j beta 1 z, and minus er of 0, that is er of 0 e power j beta 1 z, that is j beta 1 z here into ay. Now to this equation we'll take the common here. This is er of 0 will change to the that is gamma 1 ei 0 plus we'll take here as er of 0 is minus of this one. So minus plus we'll get here 1 by eta 1 that is ei 0 e power j plus minus j beta 1 z plus I will get here ei of 0 e power j beta 1 z into ay. Ay. So now I can take common here e of 0 by eta 1 into e power minus j beta 1 z plus e power j beta 1 z into ay. So now if I substitute this one, this equation will changes to 1 by eta 1 into e power minus j beta cos theta plus j minus j sin theta cos theta plus j sin theta, that is equivalent to 2 ei naught cos beta 1 z into ay I can write here. Okay. So now similarly I can write the hi equation as real part of the that is hi of s into e power j omega t, as we have done for the E1 equation. Okay, the real part of this one will be equivalent to 2 ei naught. So for this one 2 ei naught by eta 1, 2 ei naught by eta 1, that is cos beta 1 z sin omega cos omega t here now. Okay, into ay. So we are going to the real part here. Okay, so these equations are important here, as I have taken ei and E1 and H1. Okay, so now we'll draw a standing wave pattern. Why? Because we know that in medium 1 a standing wave pattern is created with the components of electric field and with the component of incident electric field and in reflected magnetic field here. Let us so after getting these two equations, now let us draw a sketch of the standing wave pattern in medium 1 consisting of incident wave and reflected wave. We don't have any transmitted wave. Why? Because we don't have, that is eta 2 is 0 here and et of 0 is 0 here. Okay, now we will draw the diagram here, very important diagram in order to understand the field here. See here all of you, I am going to draw for the different times here. You can see that is, this is medium 1, this is medium 2, this is z is equal to 0 interface, z is equal to 0. Now for this I am going to draw the you can see here. Similarly for this is the incident electric field and this is the, and similarly I can draw the another small wave here. So you can see this diagram here. Okay, so at different lengths of the lambda wavelength here. So this is at lambda is equal to minus lambda by 2, this is minus lambda and this is minus 3 lambda by 2. Okay, now you can see this one, this is the magnitude of these so the magnitude of this electric field I am drawing here, 2 ei naught and this is in x direction. So these are the this is for 2 time 2, this is for 6 and this is for 1 comma 3 and this is for 0 4 8 and this is for 5 comma 7. Okay, now you can see here we are having 3 fields here. One is along this one is this one. For this wave incident wave we are having reflected wave. For this incident we are having reflected. Okay, incident and reflected both are in opposite direction, that is very opposite to each other. So it is a standing wave, it does not travel, just it is standing. Okay, so there is no traveling wave in this direction. Okay, in this that is here time t is 2 pi by omega, t is 2 pi by omega here, the time period TE along this direction. So I can write here as minus 2 EI naught here, the magnitude. So hope you understood this one. So we are going to have the incident, that is incident wave and reflected wave, both are in opposite in direction, and we are it is not going to travel because it is going to oscillate. Okay, here we can notice that the wave does not travel but oscillates, means it is continuously reflecting back. Okay, incident and reflecting. So now we are having some two special cases for this one. Another special cases for eta values. Okay, if you take eta values, medium 1 and medium 2 are both are lossless. When now another special case here, special case when medium 1 and medium 2 are both are lossless. Both are lossless here. That is sigma 1 is equal to sigma 2 is equal to 0 now. Okay. So now here in this case also we are going to have two cases again. That is depending upon the sigma values. That is eta 2 is greater than eta 1 and eta 2 is less than eta 1. Okay. Now for this case also, in this case also we have two sub cases we can say. Okay. So case 1 I can say here, case 1, that is eta 2 less than first of all we take eta 2 greater than eta 1. So why? Because we are having two different conductivities, two different intrinsic impedances of that mediums. Okay. Now here at this point gamma is always greater than 0. Okay. If we take the eta 2 is very much greater than eta 1, so we can say that gamma is greater than 1, greater than 0. So here medium. So here again we can say that standing wave is in medium 1, but there is also a transmitted wave. As we are saying that, as we are having this condition in the previous case, in the previous case for the medium 2, as we have taken conductor, there is no the transmitted wave in the medium 2, but in this case we are having some transmitted wave into the medium 2. Okay. So but here we are not showing in the diagram. That is incident wave and reflected wave are equal in amplitudes. Okay. So here we are going to say that incident and reflected waves have amplitudes that are not equal in magnitude. So they are not equal in magnitudes now. Not equal. So in the previous case what we have seen, that is the standing wave, that is where we are having the standing wave pattern, that is the case, first case what we are taken conductor, in that we have equal incident and equal reflected waves. But here in this case we don't have that one condition. That condition is not going to satisfy you. That is incident wave and reflected both waves are not in equal, and also along with this incident and reflected we are having transmitted wave. There is some wave is transmitting inside the medium 2 also. Okay. Now it can be shown that that is the relative maximum of E1. So as we have taken E1, that is what we have got E1. E1 is equal to 2 EI naught sin beta 1 z into sin omega t into AX. Now in order to get the maximum and minimum for this one, what we have to do? For by mathematics we can say that for maximum and minimum of the, in order to show that maximum and minimum, we have to take the magnitude, that is we have to differentiate with respect to z, and we have to make it to maximum value. So here let us take the magnitude of this one and differentiate with respect to z. Here we will get here minus 2 E1 Ti naught cos beta 1 z max sin omega t into AX. So this will be equivalent to, that is the maximum value. So here see this minus beta 1 z max, so that is cos will be maximum at 0 and 90, that is 180 degrees. Okay. Now we can say that is cos 0 is 1 here, that is n pi. That is I can write here as z max as minus n pi by beta 1. Beta is equal to 2 pi by lambda, I can write here, that is minus 2 lambda 1 by I can write 2 here, that is where n is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. Okay. So similarly I can get the minimum value for this one also by taking that is by taking cos value to 0, that is 0 occurs at 90 degrees and so on. Okay. 90 and so on 190 like this. Okay, so if I take the minimum value for this one, that is cos value will be minimum at minus beta 1, that is minus beta 1 z minimum equivalent to that is 0 value. So this is the equivalent 1 and this is equivalent to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. Now I can write here like this, that is z minimum. Z minimum I can write here as Z minimum is equal to minus, that is minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 into beta 1. So if I substitute this beta value, that is I can write here as minus 2n plus 1 into lambda by 4. So we know that beta is equal to beta 1 is 2 pi by lambda 1. So if I substitute that one, I will get this MA value here. So now this is the first case. If I take the second case, case 2, similarly I will take the case 2 here. In case 2, that is eta 2 is less than if eta 2 is less than eta 1 here. Okay, so eta 2 is less than eta 1 here. So now we have to locate the E1 max and E2 max here. That is a location of E1 max and E2 max are given by Z max and Z min. Okay, so here location of E1 max is given by Z max Z min, and similarly location of that is mod E1 that is mod E1 min is given by Z max. So here we are having opposite. Okay, so here electric field will be maximum at that place, magnetic field will be minimum. Where electric field is maximum, electric field will be minimum, vice versa. Okay, vice versa are going to take place here. So here we are going to have the vice versa of, that is H1 minimum occurs at where E1 max occur, and that is H1 max occurs where E1 minimum occurs. Okay, vice versa is going to happen. Okay, so we are going to note, you can see the diagram here. By seeing this diagram we can note the two important points here. That is like this, okay. So you can see here, that is EI of 0 minus EI of 0. So this is Z axis and this is Y X axis here. That is 1 plus gamma and this is 1 minus gamma here. So now you can say that this is mod E1, this is mod E1 for this is for eta 2 greater than eta 1, eta 2 greater than E1, and this is for mod E1 for eta 2 less than eta 1. Okay, so here the electric field and magnetic field, they are opposite. Okay, so vice versa are going to occur. Okay, so we can say that we can note that this is the magnetic field actually. So here the magnetic field, if it is maximum, here the magnetic field will be minimum. If the magnetic field is maximum, here the electric field will be minimum. Okay, you can say that we can note here H1 max occur, that is H1 minimum occur where E1 max occur. Okay, and vice versa, we can say vice versa. So here from this diagram we are going to notice that the E1 max, E1 min, H1 max and H1 min are going to occur vice versa. Okay, so and the transmitted wave in the medium 2 is purely traveling wave and there is no maximum and minimum. Okay, we are going to show only here the medium 1 part. I am not showing the medium 2 part here. This is medium 1 part here. This is medium 1 and this is medium 2. So here we are going to have some transmitted wave also, we are not showing in this diagram. Here we are going to show only the incident and reflected field in the medium 1, where we are going to show that E1 max and E1 min are having opposite in nature. Okay, where E1 max occur, H1 min occur, where H1 max occur, E1 min is going to occur. Okay, so now the ratio of E1 max, very important concept next one. the ratio of E1 max to E1 min or H1 max to H1 min is defined as the standing wave. Okay, the ratio of E1 max mod E1 max to mod E1 min, and similarly ratio of H1 max to ratio of H1 min is defined as standing wave ratio. So this is very important, and it is represented with small s here. So the ratio of the fields, that is electric field and magnetic field, where we are having mod E1 max and mod E1 min, and similarly we can write here as, that is S as mod E1 max to mod E1 min. Similarly, that is I can write here H1 max to H1 min, that is equivalent to, so we are going to say that max means what is 1 plus gamma mod gamma, and minimum is 1 minus gamma. Okay, so here as we have written in the previous diagram, that is on the positive side we are having 1 plus gamma mod gamma, in the negative side we are having 1 minus mod gamma, here vice versa. So here I can write here as S is equal to 1 plus mod gamma by 1 minus mod gamma. So now this is the standing wave ratio S. Now I can represent this in terms of reflection coefficient also, by S into 1 minus mod gamma, that is equal to 1 plus mod gamma here. That is, if I take S minus S into mod gamma, that is 1 plus mod gamma. So if I take S minus here, and S minus 1 is equal to S into, that is mod gamma into S plus 1. So that is mod gamma is equal to S minus 1 by S plus 1, I can write here. Okay, S minus 1 by S plus 1. Okay, so now I am writing this reflection coefficient in terms of standing wave, that is mod gamma is equal to S minus 1 by S plus 1. Okay, always we know that mod gamma is having this mod gamma is less than or equal to plus or minus 1 here, that is mod gamma is always plus or minus 1, so that the range of these S will be in between 1 to infinity, 1 less than or equal to S less than or equal to infinity. Okay, so you can check this one. Okay, by substituting, that is if I substitute the value of gamma is equal to 0 here, I will get 0, that is 1 here. If I substitute any value, that is S is equal, gamma is equal to any value, it will be along to the plus infinity value. Okay, we don't get any negative values. Why? Because we are having mod gamma. If I take mod gamma is equal to 3, it will be minus 3, it will be 1 plus 3 by 1 minus 3, that is this one will get here. Okay, so that is what here we are going to get. Okay, so standing wave is always in the limits 1 less than S less than infinity, and gamma is always less than or equal to 1 here. Now the standing wave ratio is dimensionless. I mean here the standing wave ratio is dimensionless here, because it is a ratio here. So now I can write S in dBs as, that is 20 log base 10 of S. So if at all if you want to express the value of standing variation in terms of that is dBs, we can write 20 log base 10 of S. Okay, so this is a very important concept of the electromagnetic waves. So in the next class we will try to do some problems relating to this concept, and after that we'll see reflection of a plane wave oblique incidence. So that is also very lengthy concept. We will try to wind up in a single lecture class. Till then, take care, bye.